early 90s, and the place was Bhubaneswar, a city in India. And there stood the governor's house, tall and majestic, the white walls shining under the bright sunlight. The lush green gardens surrounding it was a sight to behold. The lush green gardens, along with the marigolds and mogras, was making it really beautiful. The grand entrance of the building was guarded by 2 stoic soldiers, their uniforms crisp and gaze unwavering. As a child, I used to admire the governor's house from outside. When on a bike which is slow moving, you get enough time to view and admire it. I used to ask my father, "Can we go inside?" He used to laugh, and with a joke he says, "Yes, why not if the governor invites you?" We used to laugh over it together. There was no remote possibility of any such invitation. But in my mind, I had started dreaming of going inside the governor's house and standing next to him. In parallel, there was another story that was occupying my mind these days in a form of a dream. That was about writing my own book. As a child, I used to love reading and admire the authors. But writing a book those days was not an easy task. There was no internet, there was no self-publishing. But I kept on writing. Eventually, the book got published when I was 14. Thanks to my grandfather, father, and uncle for their inspiration and support towards it. But the more interesting part that happened was I got invited to the governor's house, the place what I admired and dreamt of going inside always. It was a big dream come true for me. And there I stood next to the governor when he was reading my book. This amazing experience made me realize a hidden power of dream that day. That is, dreams connect with each other to give you a bigger achievement. And that was for me. 4 years later, when I was in 12th grade, it was time for my college admission. There used to be joint entrance examination for getting people admitted into engineering colleges. Students from across the country participate, and a very small percentage get selected in the test, who then qualify and get the opportunity to get into engineering colleges. This is quite interesting because the results of those tests gets published on a paper which then gets stuck to the wall of the institute where the exam is given. That day, when I saw my name in that paper, tears of joy started rolling over my cheeks, making me feel at the top of the world. This achievement was seemingly impossible for someone like me, who had all her textbooks in the first 10 years of schooling in a different language, which is not English. Upon coming to 11th grade, I realized I need to read all the books in English: physics, chemistry, biology. I used to keep an Oxford dictionary next to me to understand the English word meanings so that I can make sense out of the sentences in those books. There were coaching institutes as well to prepare the students for appearing for the examination. I could not avail that either. A large part of it is due to my family's financial condition and the social stigma in the mid-90s that discouraged girls from studying engineering. All I had was a dream to get into an engineering college. The constraints that I am narrating to you today was not visible to me then. My dream had taken all my attention away from those constraints and helped me focus on my goal. This experience made me realize the next big hidden power of dream. That is, they take your attention away from the roadblocks and help you focus. being the first woman engineer in my entire family tree, I spent a great professional career in India for over a decade, until my organization selected me as one of the leaders to move to the United States and continue my professional journey further. Thanks to my husband and my kids for supporting me during this transition and always encouraging me. Few years later, in the United States, as a working mom, life was not that easy. Especially when you have a high visibility program to handle in office and a middle schooler and one elementary schooler to take care at home, all you look for is the upcoming weekends. To finish the backlogs, to take the kids to classes, to do other activities, and especially to have some breathing time. But doing anything beyond not only demands a high degree of physical and mental energy, but also brings in mom guilt. But the dreamer in me, it was still alive. I started dreaming of getting the AFE Most Valuable Contributor Americas Award. AFE, Awards for Excellence, is considered as one of the Oscar in my organization. There are very few individual awards which are highly competitive in nature and is given to a handful of employees. This award, which I am referring to, was the toughest. Considering an organization having over 300,000 employees and an award selection process involving 3 rounds, including a peer voting round, had made this process extremely challenging. Inputs from my friends and colleagues were also not very encouraging. There was no precedence of any mom competing or winning the award. Again, all I had was a dream to win AFE Most Valuable Contributor Award. I could qualify in all the rounds and finally was declared as a winner. That day, when my entire family was invited to Richardson, Texas to receive the award, I could see the joy and pride in my daughter's eyes towards their mom. That day, my mom guilt had disappeared and it was transformed into happiness. After this incident, I have won many national and international awards and have witnessed my kids pursuing their dreams and achieving that. This experience made me realize the next big hidden power of dream, that is, they make you better moms. With this, we come to the A, B and C of dreams. A, away. Dreams take your attention away from the roadblocks. The way it happened with me in mid-90s when I got into engineering. B, better moms. When you dream as a mom, your kids not only get inspired, but also learn to pursue their own dreams. C, connect. Dreams connect with each other to give you a bigger achievement. The way it happened with me when I was invited to the governor's house. So with this, what are we waiting for? Let's come together and discover this hidden power of dreams and utilize that in our lives while making it better and achieve seemingly impossible goals.